Also passing very easily was the Amendment 2, if I'm not mistaken, by a wide margin. That was a campaign finance reform. Where do we go from there? When does that kick in? When do we see effects of that? Or does that go to court?
I saw that as being kind of a feel-good moment for Missouri. It was sort of like Democrats and Republicans both agreed, we've got to start somewhere, and this certainly isn't perfect, but it's a start for a state that has nothing. And this sort of seemed to be the good government presence there. I was happy with that.
But it'll go to court as well.
Yeah, we'll go to court, and what's intriguing is, see, Greitens did not support this.
On principle that it was not well written and it would end up in court anyway? Or
Well, no. Just because the general thing, he said he thought it was a free speech issue. Now, Koster supported it.
Which he got a lot of free speech, if that's what it was in this election. He and Mr. Koster.
Yeah, but Greitens in particular. See, 90% of Greitens' money for the general election came from one group, the Republican Governors Association, which obviously got donors who then gave to him. And the Republican Governors Association donations we won't be able to find out where they got their money until next year, because they only have to report to the IRS ever so often. So my point being is that it's unclear like how much Greitens is going to advocate for it or whatever, because it probably will be caught up in court for a while.
And they have a hard time surviving. Historically, they do. I mean, this goes way back to Buckley versus Valeo on a national level. They just simply have a hard time surviving First Amendment challenges.
But this was such a strong vote, though. Don't you think that even if it does get struck down, there will be some pressure on the legislature to do some kind of a replacement, to do something to step in this direction?
I don't think so.
Well, I think some
the
of
pressure,
them,
but there may not be the result.
Well, because I think, see, a lot of legislators, okay, there's like 2 or 3 people in this state who provide huge donations, okay? And they're mainly Republicans. And I've talked to some state senators who have said on the record in the last 6 months or so that their vote in 2008 to get rid of it is the one vote they regret, because they didn't expect their rival for whatever office they were running for to get all this money from one phone call. So I think that there may be some pressure in the General Assembly. Now, the way this is written is that if some things get tossed out, the other parts can stay. So some of it may survive. And we're one of the few states without donation limits. So it may survive, but I think there'll be turmoil for the next 6 months or a year.